Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of whatever the hell we call ourselves this week, because we're no longer the worst reselling podcast ever. But how are you, Granny? It's good to see that you were first in and got your spot like you like every week.
Yes, exactly. I was nice and early this morning for a change. But I do have a question for both of you before we go any further. Octo?
Oh, yes.
Is Bob turned off?
No, but Mrs. Octopus is here to jump on him at any time. So
good. And
that's her purpose in life.
Blake, is Herbert turned off?
No, he's not. No, he's going, but he's quiet. He's been a good boy.
Okay. We'll see.
Yeah, we will.
And how are you, Blake?
I'm well. Just had a nap, so I'm great. A nap at 8 o'clock in the morning.
I was going to say no different to normal. So it's good to see that the youth of this year, this age, is keeping themselves awake and partying hard.
Oh, I'm an 80-year-old, 24-year-old.
Oh, maybe you need to go to hospital and make sure you haven't got narcolepsy or something.
That explains a lot. That's not us. It's him.
Just a new sleep cycle, getting used to it, and I just had to, I had to go and have a nap so that no one got angry at me falling asleep on the live. So,
well, that's right. Good. Well, I was going to say you do have your own dedicated fan club that hate you when you fall asleep. So
I know.
You kind of cut my grass with people hating on you opposed to me. So
yeah, people reckon.
The warning sign is, boys and girls, the warning sign. We know when Blake's starting to get tired because he does the big stretch.
Yeah, no, you can't.
I was doing it before this. I was doing that before this. That's a bit of a concern.
Yes, but no, it's good. But no, it's been pretty good since I got back safe from yesterday. My little adventures out into town and went to the post office and went to Vinnie's. And I'm just about, after we get off here, I'll start editing the short for our next short that I do.
Very good. The shorts are doing very well, Octo.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm surprised. People like seeing me out and about, which is interesting in itself. But so I managed to horrify about 7 or 8 people in the office yesterday. I didn't realise their beloved leader was in town. So, but we'll say hello to the chat. Good morning, Rob. Thank you for becoming a member. Not needed, but thank you. Yes. You can look at the shorts videos 3 minutes before I upload them because that's pretty much what the membership is. My tentacles are quivering in excitement. Oh wait, they're just my human hands. So I have noticed well, that's right. They got to be. I don't know. I did get a lot of comments over that. Like they were quite impressed about how fresh my human hands were. So. Christian being Christian, hello, I'm out thrifting, so I'll catch the live later. We'll enjoy. Have fun thrifting, and hopefully you pick up some decent stuff. Good luck. Christian goes to Savers, doesn't he?
Yes.
I think you mentioned he goes to pictures. I need to get to Savers one day.
Don't we all? Blake's the only one of us that's been to Savers.
I do rather like it.
All right. Grumpy Granny. She's here, which is good, and on time for once. That's good to see, Granny. Enjoy thrifting, yes. Good morning, Raucous Reg. Good to see you. Oh, he's got fresh hands too. By the looks of it. Look at that. Look at this. Thrifting Oz style. Hey, mate, how you going? Good morning, Liz. It's good to see you.
Morning, Liz.
Male Kookaburra Karen. How are we going? Lunchtime, if I do remember correctly.
Yes, morning tea time.
For some reason, I don't know if you said I don't know if you said previously, but I kind of get nurse vibes off him. So, has he said that previously, or
what's that?
Sure, but that's what we're going. Like, has the male Karen Cook is a nurse?
No, I don't think he's actually said he's a nurse. Just he's male.
That's the vibes I get. So he's a male kookaburra named Karen that's a nurse. So we're just going to keep creating a story about this guy.
Oh God!
Hey, good morning, Marianne. Good to see you. Hopefully, well.
Morning, Marianne.
Nostrils. Hello, guys. Are we excited? Well, we're somewhat excited.
Yes.
I'm trying to work out what your profile picture is.
yeah, it's interesting.
I won't ask Blake because he's colourblind. I won't ask me because my eyes are painted on, but Granny's probably got the same colour.
Yeah, well, it's interesting.
No, dishwasher, make your bed. So it must be. Oh, okay. I think I know who Nostrils is now.
Okay.
Yes. Oh,
Rob.
Look out.
the Aussie nurse leader. Good morning, Graham.
Morning, Graham.
Hi, Graham. I won't fall asleep today.
My niece. It's either my niece or my son. I haven't worked out which one it is yet. So either or, make your bed. Good morning, Sandra. Good to see you.
Oh, you're on TikTok, Octo. What's going on?
Yeah, not very successful.
You're getting into this social media thing.
I was going to say I haven't hit the dizzy heights of my my alter ego Diary of a Flipper, but I'm trying. See, I'm one of those people that need like a PA just to run my social media for me because I really can't be bothered.
Yeah,
it's really hard.
Maybe you could pay one of the kids to do it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Well, maybe they could. After they make their beds, they can do whatever they want.
They might be.
Good to see you.
Good morning, Kate.
Hello.
They might be more keen to help you do your social media than they are to take photos.
Oh. I'll whip them into shape when they get to take the photos. Retail worker, and please don't call me Karen. You can call me anything else. All right, Corin. We'll call you Corin.
Oh, yeah, that's such a difference.
Retail worker. So he's a retail working nurse. Oh, okay. I just thought nurses aren't busy enough. He's a retail worker as well.
Oh, dear.
Good morning, Anthony. It's good to see you.
Morning, Anthony.
Hi.
Yes, but I don't know what else has been happening. It's been pretty quiet around here.
Yeah, it's been reasonably quiet. Sales are going along, but not, they're not sort of super duper at the moment. So yeah, I'm just trying to get new stuff up and still fixing old listings and the usual.
Yes, and what about you, Blake? You've officially named your channel officially Blake. So
I have, yes.
For those that don't want to, waste their time watching a 3-minute video that you put out yesterday, with no shout outs, mind you, but give us a bit of a background for that.
Yeah, so I wanted to, basically, I felt boxed in with the name, just Life of a Reseller, and I felt like I was just boxed into just making videos about a very small little thing. So I wanted to sort of build the channel brand around myself more so than just the name or just the whole reselling thing. Because my channel will still be pretty much all and mainly reselling stuff because that's what I do. But it's going to also be just, it gives me a bit more creative freedom and flexibility, I think, later down the line and stuff like that. So I don't sort of box myself in that it has to just be this every week. I can only do thrifting videos. I can only do this. So, if I get a brain something, a hair brain, I'll be like, it gives me an opportunity to sort of build on that. And whether or not people watch the stuff, it's another thing, but it at least gives me the freedom to be able to actually do something with that.
Bring in other content,
So it'll actually make sense.
Octo, have you got your microphone plugged in properly and near you properly?
I was going to say, you don't sound very good.
Yeah, I think what it is my computer's spazzing out for some reason. I don't know. Right. It might be it's picking up my AirPods. That's what we're seeing.
Yeah, because it's just not, quite right. Well, yeah, and on that, hey, speak.
Can you hear me clearer now?
That's better.
Yeah. Heaps better.
Heaps better.
Yes. These stolen AirPods that I stole from a homeless person in the street yesterday. She was quite well dressed for a homeless person, but
God. Oh dear.
Aussie Pop and Paul, good to see you, Paul. I don't know if you've been told, but Paul's running a live on Monday, so make sure you swing over to his channel and check out his live. He's trying to get his watch hours up, so before his live, so watch as much content as you can. We have, I don't know if it was Shane or J-Rod Flips that we were talking about it the other day, but when we were saying that, have people on the background if you want to help them get their watch hours up, you actually need to have the volume on. So you might have to just to turn it down to the point where it's almost, non-hearing. I don't know how true that is, but obviously that it's got some merit in a few people.
Yeah, I do think that's right. I tried a couple of experiments on that to see what difference it'd make having stuff running in the background. And I think if you mute it, it's not so good. Yeah. Doesn't.
Even if
Yeah,
that's the case, so you should still be able to turn it down on if you're using a speaker or something like that,
Yeah.
and just leave it on
Well, that's
volume on
right.
the YouTube because they can't control that.
No, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, so I think as long as you don't have it muted on the screen, you should be right. But yeah,
Yeah.
Paul's live. I think it's about 3 a.m. Monday morning. So slither in there and have a check it out.
3 a.m.
Yeah, because I'm just dictating to him because I'm sick of asking him when he's doing a live. So I'm just telling him when he is doing one. So
Yeah, perhaps make it a little bit later. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to
give
crack
it
into
another
his
2
YouTube
hours.
account. I'm cracking into his YouTube, and I'll run it for him. Good morning. Hopefully you got back to the UK all right and survived Christmas.
Yes.
Yes, but are you back yet? I can't remember.
Yeah. Are you
So
back in Australia yet?
Yeah, or if you stopped by Papua New Guinea on the way back, I can't remember.
For a quick lunch.
Yeah. I preferred it muffled. Yeah, that's right. Well, this is what they got when I went to the post office yesterday. They looked at me quite perplexed until I started throwing my tentacles around in the air. So, but yeah, big shout out to the post office. I know that they're probably not watching. Yeah, they filmed for me yesterday, so it's quite good to scare people into submission to film for you. So, and if you haven't watched the short, you can actually, if you watch it really closely at the front, you can see where I got stuck in the door and had to do like a double take to get back.
Yeah, I kind of nearly said to you what you needed to do was go in and get when you were editing it. You should have gone into the, the little, things you can get. And put like a outro or something that came up on the screen.
Well, I've only worked out how to shorten clips. I don't think I'm up to that stage yet.
Yeah, no. I didn't say anything in the end. I thought, no, I won't confuse you.
No, that's right. Yeah, I'm quite easily confused. Just ask anyone. Oh, it's good to see. Well, Corin's quite impressed with our assessment of his employment, so it's good to see. Good morning, Jennifer. It's good to see you.
Morning, Jen.
Morning, Octo, Leanne, and officially Blake. Yeah, so if anyone's going to refer to Blake, they're going to refer to him as officially Blake. So that's his official title. So
he's no longer the other guy. We're going to call him officially Blake.
Officially Blake.
As confirmed by my little brother in the comment section last night.
I picked a fight with another 8-year-old last night.
Hey, he's 10.
No, I don't know. Jeez, I'm about to say you probably would too. Get off the kelp. I'm trying to help your channel, Paul. Well, geez, just let me help you. I did. Thanks. Came back to Western Australia yesterday, so a bit tired. Yeah, well,
yes.
I don't know. Like, have you found? Yeah, I don't know what it's like driving in the UK, but Western Australia people are got to be dead set the worst people for driving that I've ever seen.
Tassie's bad.
Yeah. So when I was in Dubai, when it rained over there was about 18 accidents in the space of a 30-minute trip that I've seen. But when I went to Western Australia, it had a little sun shower and everyone slowed down to about 25 kilometers an hour in an 80 zone or 100 zone. So I think I'd rather cars smashing into each other than waste my time. So
everything exciting! You missed so much exciting stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, you missed our New Year's party.
Yes, we did have a New Year's party.
We did have a couple of videos. So, I suppose what else we had like a 11 p.m. show for Leanne as well on her channel. Mm-hmm. I did set the sparklers off a little bit too prematurely. and on the flip side, I bought 2 longer sparklers as well because it was a bit awkward for the 15 minutes that it wouldn't burn out. So
yes, indeed.
Yes. Right back to work. Have fun. You too, Paul. We'll see you at 3 o'clock on Monday morning, mate.
You'll not see me.
I'm being bombarded by all these people.
Oh, Riley Gibb. Oh.
Yeah, don't know who that is.
No.
Victorians are the absolute worst. You see stupid little upside down triangles and you say 100 Hail Marys.
That's not true at all.
Yes, I'm pretty sure the people of Donald are quite scary themselves. But I don't know. Like, I'm going to try and offend as many people as I can in one broad brush here. I've always thought Donald to be like Amish country. Just
because it's rural.
Yeah, right. That's right. Like I keep expecting people walking around with overalls and pitchforks and little hats. So and probably the equivalent of Blake's horrible facial hair. So did I cover everyone there?
They'd have none of this, and it'd just be this.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, we're not that quite that backwards here. Although I do have to say, so when I first back in my
Who
younger
said
days,
that I wish you were backwards? You just offended more people than
well,
Octo.
no, but I mean, no, I'm not meaning backwards, but I mean as far as having power and modern things. So when I first went down to Melbourne many years ago, when I was about 22, no, I was about 18, I think. Went down to Melbourne for a couple of years, and I still remember getting in a taxi driver and saying where I was from. The guy had never heard, of a place up there. I'm trying to tell him it's halfway between Melbourne and Mildura. And I said, oh, yeah, like it's pretty hard back there. Like we still only have black and white TV and, kangaroos popping around. And it had him completely suck it in. He believed me.
Oh, God.
We're paused.
Hello?
What's going on?
We good?
Oh, yeah, no, we're good. I just told Danielle to take care of Bob. So.
I knew
I
it.
didn't know you were muted. So I was like,
I know.
For those boys and girls that are wondering, that's the RoboVax. Herbert and Rob.
Bob, Herbert and Bob, you can't take them anywhere. Yeah, so I'll be quite curious in the chat to see what people actually think a good name for a robot vacuum cleaner is, because we did throw some names around yesterday that I did want to call my vacuum cleaner, Vlad the Inhaler, just after my favorite dictator. But unfortunately I was outvoted in that, so we went with Bob. What about you? How did Herbert come around, Blake? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, it's just off a meme I saw on the internet about another robo vacuum. I'm a copycat. I'm not very good at names. It's just all it was there was a robo vacuum that fell off the side of a little divot and it was sitting like that, and the notification was Herbert is stuck on a cliff. So I was it sounds cool. And I like the name Herbert, so I kept it.
Yeah, well, Herbert's quite rolls off the tongue quite well. But I suppose, Granny, do you agree with Blake being pretty poor with choices of name, like being called officially Blake? I suppose would reinforce that.
Oh no, well I mean each to their own, but it's I think officially Blake would have been better than Blake.
That's right. Yeah, I agree with that. No.
The good thing is though, with the whole reason I had my name as Life for Reseller, as you know, was for the SEO sort of thing, but it's been that embedded in the YouTube now. If you still type in Life for Reseller, all my videos come up. So we're the best of both worlds now. So if you type in my name, it comes up with that too. So
very good.
Let's change my name every month.
Well, that's actually how I had to track your name down last night. I had to type in Life of a Reseller because I couldn't remember if it was Gorfine or Gorfind with a D at the end. But
no,
I kind of lost interest in just. I flipped a coin and obviously I got it right because I didn't check it out.
Most people don't say it right either. It's Gorfine, everything.
I was going to ask you how it's pronounced.
Gorfine.
You care enough
Jewish.
Okay.
You care enough to you find out how it's pronounced.
Apparently.
Yeah, well, back on the vacuum topic, so in Donald, we don't have vacuums, we have brooms.
Oh, so you are backwards.
I'm seeing as you're saying we're backwards, I thought I'd just go with the whole thing.
Well, I suppose, Well, I'm surprised you just don't hire a horse or something to drag a broom through your house or something. Any Mindland driver who came to Tassie about, I do have a bit of a funny story. When I went and visited Judda last year, I got lost, horrifically lost across the border, and I have no idea how I got lost, but I ended up driving on the wrong side of the road for like 3 kilometers. I turned off on a I suppose like an overpass kind of thing, and I'm not going back to Melbourne's
that would
overrated.
be good.
Yeah. No, driving in the UK is much worse than here. People are considerate here. Oh, okay. Well, maybe they're not considerate of me doing 25 in a 100 zone. So,
yeah, perhaps.
I know I'm not going to ask Granny Blake because it's quite redundant because I'd be quite surprised if she's got sealed roads, let alone 2 lanes where she is. But do you find that the people that like overtaking, just hypothetically, like I said, in that situation where you've got the 25 kilometers, all these different things, but what will happen is they'll be both in both lanes, so you can't overtake them. They're all sitting in 25 kilometers or 50 kilometers under the speed limit, or stupid.
Every time I go to Melbourne, it's 110 zone most of the way. So everyone will be sitting on 95 to 100, and they'll sit right next to each other the whole way. And I get so angry. So my little buzz box of a car, I just I tailgate. I shouldn't, but I do. Right. I'm so mad, and I'm just tailgating the whole way. And then eventually one of them slows down and mergers because I'm just like, I got to get there before someone else is down there, before I run into like Diary of a Flipper or Christian or something like that, and they've got all the good stuff.
Yeah, but I suppose the beauty of being an octopus when you're driving is that you can have 2 tentacles on the arm, and you can have like the 6 other ones flipping out people. Oh no, well, I need 2 for the pedals. Maybe 4 out the windows, just flipping people off and telling them what to do. So. Nice. I'll need to catch up with the YouTube. Yeah, like there's a couple of shows we did. We went against Soda City Flip, so Shane's further down the chat. We went against him. We're both ad hoc. we just, I suppose we didn't know about each other, so that was quite.
Yes, yeah. But then we all did go over and raid his channel afterwards.
That's right. We took our 3 people across with us, so he was quite appreciative. Graham, I haven't found anyone that Graham doesn't like yet. Or doesn't hate us, sorry.
I was thinking that.
I hate Victorian
I've got
drivers.
nothing to say, really.
There'll be a sign, roadworks ahead, merge lanes, so what you're trying to zip up the lanes. Yeah, swerve in your lane, trying to stop you from doing. Yeah, I think that's not exclusive to Victoria, mate. I think that's everywhere. It just infuriates me.
Just crap drivers,
And honestly, that sort of stuff doesn't happen around Donald because we don't have dual lanes to merge from. Like, there's only one lane.
Hey, your old horse and cart out there.
So if you get caught behind a donkey, your day's shot. So.
No, we don't have donkeys. Oh, that's clever. Yes, I like that one, Rob.
Yeah. So and what I was saying to Leanne and Blake yesterday, before we got Bob, because we had one previously that did break. Her name was Meryl Sweep. So bring up my bring up my
name. I love it.
Bring up my misogynist. So.
Yeah.
Brooms are for flying. Well, Grumpy Granny's in charge of that department.
Mm-hmm.
Morning, Shane, or evening, Shane, wherever you are.
Morning, Shane.
Shane's in South Carolina, isn't he?
I don't know.
No, is it? Or
South Carolina, because it's hairy tornado country.
Oh yeah, it must be. Yes. Okay, you're right.
I want to know where Carolina is. Is it in the middle? Because there's North Carolina and South Carolina.
No idea.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, when you get your birthday present,
it's in America.
I was going to say, when you get your birthday present, you'll be able to tell. Speaking of brooms, my mother-in-law is taking the wife out to the movies today, so I'll be stuck with babysitting the kids. So what? That's good to me.
Do you know something, Anthony? I'm sorry to tell you, but you can't actually babysit your own kids. It's called parenting. It always cracks me up when I hear, especially because you often hear Blake say, "Oh, I had to babysit the kids." Sorry, you don't actually get to babysit your own kids. It's parenting. Yeah.
Well, I don't have kids, so I can say it.
Well, yes, you can.
And I suppose you can weigh in this as well, Shane, because you did mention a few times you used to be on the road all the time. Slow drivers irritate me too. The worst ones go 80 and 100 zone, then speed up to 110. Yes. Especially those ones, because I can only assume northern Western Australia is kind of like Donald, where they've just got long stretches of one lane highways until you get to And I had this farmer in a ute with like hay coming off everywhere, and a little bit. It wasn't tied down. I was getting smacked with hay bits. And then, if you're sensitive to strong language, close your ears. But this dickhead waited till I got to the 110 zone, sped up. He was doing 60 all the way through an 110 zone. And because like a lot of road trains go up and they supply the north of Western Australia using this route, so you couldn't really overtake him because you could turn around the corner and be an 18 wheel bloody train coming at you. This farmer was just being a tosser like the whole time. It just
you probably he probably wasn't used to someone driving so close to his backside, and so therefore doing it.
We'll put it this way: he's no longer breathing now. I drove him off the road. So it's good to know, Shane. We appreciate you too. We quite enjoy your lives. So like I said before, I'm pretty sure everyone here knows of Shane, and probably even subscribe to his channel. But if you haven't, go across there and slither across and have a watch and have a look. He's really good. He actually told me about this new program this morning, Opus Clips. That's the first time I've actually heard of it. There's no bite. I was expecting. there's the bite.
Is it?
Yeah. So, long story short, I reached out to Shane to ask him what he was doing, and he told me about a program that Granny told me about 6 months ago that I forgot about.
The funny thing is, right? What I honestly thought that the Opus Clips thing was, I thought it was Leanne not knowing how to properly say OBS. I thought she was putting it together and saying Obus, like a weirdo.
Okay.
So it just went straight over my head. So I didn't know that it was actually Opus. I was like,
Yeah.
I thought she was just struggling to pronounce OBS. But
Yeah,
that's
no.
right.
Yeah, no,
You just, yeah, I was ahead of the game, let me tell you.
Yes. No, well, like, long story short, Shane, it's completely worthless for me. But I do like the titles, though, that we were talking about with the titles. So what I've done is actually stole a couple of their recommendations for the shorts that I've done. So I'll see how they perform with that. So, like, just the ones I've already pre-recorded and all those different things.
Yeah, it has a slight problem, Shane, because it doesn't recognise his face. So when he's talking, it always shows someone else's face.
I know, but I don't know what the issue is. Maybe it picks up your lips. Maybe because I'm always cranky looking. And
well, yeah, perhaps you could draw some lips on. Maybe it'd, or get. I'll tell you what you should do is get one of those little cardboard cutouts of lips, and just stick it on there of human lips, and just stick it on there.
Yeah, well, maybe that's well. Like I said, I've got some new human hands. Like I said, fresher the better. So maybe if I just go, get some lips, or even do this. When I start talking, I just do this. then it kind of thinks I'm talking and might pick me up. But
yeah, maybe
try driving.
I just sold some Berghaus pants. There.
Oh, okay. What are they? Berghaus.
Yes, good brand, very good hiking brand.
Oh,
yeah. Okay.
Haven't come across those yet.
It's going to be awkward when he stands up and takes his pants off because he just sold them. So, maybe just turn the camera off when you do that. Try the Sunshine Coast, Queensland. Many years ago, no one knew how to drive. Now it appears, though, that some do and some think they do. It mixes them on the road.
Yeah.
About 10 years ago, I had a friend that used to work for me. I won't say her nationality, but you can probably guarantee you can guess from the way the story did. She was quite excited to get her L's because she joined the organisation when she was in her late 20s, and because of where she came from, there was no requirement for her to drive. So she came over here, learned to drive. She told me she was very excited to get her L's, and on Monday she had 4 accidents. Where she was driving, there's probably 2 cars parked on the road. So without going too far into details, that it was kind of like where we were. It was a gated community. Then there's probably like 2 cars. So over the course of the 4 days, she ran into those cars twice each.
No. Did they take her license away from her?
No, I think she got her P's on time as well. But
unreal.
Put it this way: if I see that she's in town, I make sure I park the car in the garage regardless of where she is.
Oh god, yeah. Kid I went to school with, he just got his P's, and as he was driving his car out of Vic roads and onto the road, he got T-boned by a car.
Oh no!
Yeah,
there's a good chance it might have been my friend because like I said, she's a lovely person, lovely person. She asked me a few times to give her a hand, just teaching her how to drive. But Monday morning when she came into work and she's like, "Oh my god, can you believe I did this?" It's like, "Oh, okay." Good morning,
hello,
Vintage Money, or good evening. Good
evening,
to see you. And officially Blake as well. She said hello to you. I think that might be. Yeah, there might be an upgrade actually. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, they upgraded to mules.
Yeah, they've upgraded to mules. Yeah.
No, we use
South
llamas
Carolina
actually and alpacas.
Llamas. Oh god.
So South Carolina, East Coast, southeast corner of the country. Yeah,
means nothing. Saying east and southeast and all that stuff.
I know where he is because Mrs. Octopus goes mad at me because you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, Shane. But when we flew to Florida, we went from Florida to New York. I missed the flight from Florida because I underestimated the TRS line because we got there 3 hours early and the line was like 6 hours long. So I missed the flight but we stopped over in Charlotte and they actually had to call me 4 times because I was stuck in Starbucks line and I was in the Starbucks line for like 40 minutes and I refused to leave because I was like 2 away from the counter. So they had to keep calling me. So I was being a very defiant octopus. I almost missed 2 flights in one day. But so I don't know if Charlotte's in Carolina or South Carolina or wherever Carolinas that you've got running around.
I shipped a parcel the other day to South Carolina. I think it's Carolina Panthers jacket I sold over there, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Morning,
that's
Dave.
good. Morning, Dave.
Morning.
Going back to what Shane was saying, like America confuses me because like the West Coast is generally the touristy place over there. You know, you got California and San Francisco and all those different places, and East Coast is where you got New York and all those different things. It's almost like flipped to Australia because our East Coast is pretty much the touristy areas, where in America it's the other way around. So, 100% agree with the octopus. Yeah, I agree with me too. Overtaking lanes equal drag strip. Yeah, well, yeah. Good morning, Chris. How you going, mate? It's good
Morning,
to see
Hilo.
you.
Good morning, Chris.
Hello, Chris.
I was actually just about, well, I was halfway through your video before we jumped on the live. That's why I was running a couple of minutes late.
It's your fault, Chris.
Yeah, so I was going to blame Shane, but I finished his video, then I moved on to Chris's and got lost track of time. Morning, Sarah. Can't stick around too long as I'm packing for a trip down south, but have you as background noise as I pack. Well,
very good. But I do want to know, Sarah, though, I do want one comment from you, please. I do want you to tell me how you were when you woke up on New Year's Day. How well were you when you woke up New Year's Day? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, so I could probably guarantee I could answer that question because I don't know. Well, somehow she actually came onto your live. I don't know how she did it. She didn't even have the streaming link. She just came on and was just going on like a yobbo. It was great. that's how good her. Yeah, that's how good her New Year's was. Yeah, she was going off. I think she was playing Cluedo or Clue at that stage. But
yes,
make Octo needs a sock pocket.
Scooby-Doo Cluedo. She was playing
Clue in the States. I need a sock puppet apparently. Well, I've got lots of tentacles that I can use sock puppets for. Yeah, well, that's right. I might have to go on to Sesame Street actually and just get them to to help me out from that way.
Yeah, that's right.
Singapore? No, she's not from Singapore, but that for vicinity. Charlotte's in North Carolina, 2 hours from me. Yeah, well, okay. Well, I could have came around for a visit like 6 years ago. Yes, but like I said, I think that the airline hostess wasn't happy. The gate lady wasn't very happy with me because they announced my name 4 or 5 times over the PA system, and I just come walking down with my Starbucks coffee. So yes, I am that jerk that holds up the plane for my own nefarious reasons.
Yeah,
I'm that guy that's at the airport 5 hours early for a domestic flight, so yeah, we're a bit opposite there.
Your excuse wasn't even that you were locked in a toilet cubicle.
No, I've never had issues like that. I've never had issues flying or air sickness or anything along the lines of that. It's just I get really, I suppose, set in my ways because I'm quite a strong-willed octopus, I suppose. And if I've been waiting in the line for Starbucks for 30 minutes, I'm not wasting that opportunity. Well, there we go. I could have did a round trip to visit Hilo. Yes. But one thing that I was impressed by missing the flight in Florida, I could jump on another flight like 25 minutes later. See, in Australia, if you missed your flight, you'd be waiting for like 9 or 10 hours till you could get on the next flight. So
yeah, absolutely.
I was fine. I had 2 hours sleep, woke up with the kids, bounced back pretty quick. Hubby, though, was awful and had to drive.
That's because you actually were still inebriated when you woke up.
I was about to say,
2 hours sleep would not have gotten it out of your system.
No, and I think she's still going. She's probably... I think are you heading down towards the Bermuda Triangle, Sarah? Is that where your planned destination is? I think it is. I don't know. Like I think we've finally caught up with the chat grading. This is probably the second time that's actually happened to us. Yeah. I'm actually surprised.
Pretty amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I didn't tell you earlier on, but for those boys and girls that might have missed it, that I'm starting a new YouTube side hustle. If you didn't know.
She's finally opened up a Only Tentacles fan club.
Yeah. No. So I've made a new channel which is Grumpy Granny Reads, and I'll be reading books to people. So
have you started it yet?
No, I've got the first half of the first one ready to go. I've just got to finish that off, so I'll get that done when we finish here.
Yeah. And have you started the actual channel though?
The channel's there. Yeah, the channel's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Grumpy Granny Reads.
Grumpy Granny Reads. I'll drop it in the thingy.
Cool.
I went looking for it last night and I couldn't find it, so I don't know.
Yeah, I can't find it either. Wait, I might have to do a different
if you
search.
activated
Maybe
the
it's
account,
not-
I'll have to.
Well, yeah, I thought it was all...
You might have to. You might have to.
Well,
you might have to share
it must
yourself.
be right in some respects because I have actually subscribed to it from my other
You might
accounts.
have to drop the link yourself. Yeah, I can't find it. All I can see is Grandma Reads. Grandma Ninja.
Oh, yeah,
Grandma
no,
Ninja.
Grandma
Ninja. We need to get rid of the Grumpy Granny. Get Grandma Ninja. That sounds actually quite good.
Story time with Granny Soothe, Scottish Granny. Grumpy Reads.
Scottish Granny.
Grumpy old Git Reads.
Yeah, Scottish Granny that's the funny one they were talking about.
Probably just the accent.
Oh, maybe there's something that's not quite right because even though I subscribed to it, it's not coming up in my subscriptions. So maybe there's something else I need to do.
I got myself in trouble last night. I asked Lisa, I said, when we have a kid, can we have a Scottish kid? Because I want to have a little accent. I've seen like yeah, they're so cute. The little accents of the Scottish kids are so cute.
I don't know, but I might be an octopus granny, but I don't think Blake knows how kids are made.
It doesn't quite work like that.
I have to move to Scotland.
Yeah. Yes, the Scottish. I love a good Scottish accent.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Dad.
Try that and see if that link works.
Dad used to have 2 Irish backpackers working for him on the dairy farm, and they're all like so good. Yeah, I got it. They were funny. They were like, "How are you, Blake? How are you? Well, yeah, good. How are you?" Like, "Oh, sound is a barrel. Sound is a barrel." I'm like, "Oh, cool." Like they were so nice.
I think they're more concerned about you trying to steal their pot of gold. So maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
Qantas would have required you to buy another ticket. Well, no, I did have to buy another ticket, which I think cost me about $500 US to get the it was quite a stupid mistake. Because we went to like I said, we went to Florida to New York. That leg of the holiday was just a complete shambles from the start. So without going too much in it, I missed the flight. Then when I actually arrived at the hotel that I rang up before I left Australia to confirm the booking was all there, got there and they're like, "Oh, we got no booking for you." So I had to actually go pay $3,000 in America somewhere else. I actually stayed in a mansion for a week because the hotel lost my booking and no idea how it works, but it's different over here. Is that they just wipe their hand of it? So.
Oh, yeah. Goodness.
Dad got stuck over in America too, but he got to stay in a fancy motel place in Beverly Hills for 2 nights before they gave him another flight. So that would have been quite good.
No, so I wasn't a very happy octopus that night because I specifically went at that certain time of the year because, like I said before, I'm a bit of a Halloween nut. So I went to Sleepy Hollow, where the Headless Horseman's from, and they actually had like a haunted hayride. And I've been looking for this all year, and because I missed the flight and I had to screw up with the hotel, I missed the haunted hayride. And this thing, I stayed up to 3 o'clock in the morning to buy tickets because this thing sold out within 15 or 20 minutes. So the Headless Horseman wasn't the only thing to be scared of at Sleepy Hollow.
Well, you need to be better organised next time, I'd say.
I was. Like I said, it's just the flight was the linchpin. Good morning, Mary Jo. It's good to see my favourite cat. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
So that live's working, is it, Blake? Did you say?
Yeah, that link works. You've doubled your subscribers already.
Oh, wow. How exciting.
To 2.
From 5 to 10. So
I was going to say, I must have got another one somewhere because I had 4 this morning when I looked. 3 of which are not.
I was about to say,
actually, it might have been 4.
Yeah.
No, it was 4 because when I clicked subscribe, it went to 5. So that's why I'm saying 5. Yes. But then when I clicked on it again on my other account, so you've got 2 of me. Congratulations.
Wow. How fun.
Your 12-year-old account, your 12-hour-old account's being my account now. Is it as well? So
this is how you get subscribers.
Yes. Sleepy Hollow is a cool little town. Yeah, it's near. think we stayed in Tarrytown. Sleepy Hollow is really just right next to it. It's kind of like almost like a street block. It's quite nice little town, and they do it up fantastic. It's really good. So if you're over that way, definitely go to Sleepy Hollow if you're into that.
Yeah.
What was I going to say?
Yeah, I'd be wanting to go if I ever went overseas like that. I would want to be going to all those places, and what's that prison? It's on the island.
Alcatraz.
Go to Alcatraz and haunted places, and that'd be good.
I thought you were talking about Rikers Island. I was like, huh?
I've been to Rottnest Island. See, I have been overseas. I've been to
Tasmania.
I've been to Tasmania. I've been to Rottnest Island, and I've been to some of the islands in the Whitsundays.
Oh,
although, do they still call it the Whitsundays?
I've been to them too. Yeah, my parents live at the Whitsundays. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they live.
There used to be an island there they've changed the name of it, but they used to be called Whitsunday 100, and it was the party island. So I'll tell you a funny story. Octo, listen, I'll tell you a funny story. So on Whitsunday 100 was the party place, and that was where the backpackers went, and I went on a like an under 26 tour. So there was a whole heap of us. Anyway,
this was back in 1913.
Yes. So they teach you to do these drinks called laybacks. Have you ever done a layback? No?
Only in a sun chair.
Yeah, so you actually lay back and put your head on the bar, right? So you lay back like this, and two people hang on to your hands and pull them forward, and they tip the drink down your throat as they pull you forward, right? So that's all good. And everything went well because it's the actual bar staff are doing it. One's tipping it, and then the other one's pulling you forward. But then after we finished at Whitsunday 100, our next stop was actually Noosa. And so we're at the place in Noosa, and it had a bar and everything in the same place we were staying. So we all went up to the bar, and someone thought it would be a really good idea. Let's do some more laybacks. So I put my head on the bar, and I had, there was an Italian doctor. He did the pulling, and someone else was pouring the drink down. And, something went terribly wrong because they didn't all do it the right timing. And as I came forward with my mouth open, my jaw locked, and I finished up spending the night in the Noosa hospital having to get Valium injections and get them to undislocate my jaw.
Nice. So this is why I don't go out anywhere.
Well, this is why you don't go out in 1913. So I'm pretty sure the liquor laws have probably changed since then. Because we've had prohibition since then, haven't we, Leanne? Since you had your layback, it was probably the reason for prohibition. There you go, Shane.
Maybe it was.
You can tell everyone why the prohibition came around. We know Leanne got lockjaw from an Italian doctor apparently. So
and trying to because when your mouth's open all the time, all you do is dribble. You can't swallow your dribble, like all the saliva that builds up in your mouth. So I had the bar towel under here, and then trying to explain when I got to the hospital because I had lockjaw once before, but it's trying to explain to them what they needed to do. And in the end, I just said, get a pen, and I had to write it all down and get them to do that. But
I'm surprised I thought you guys said they brought out a chisel and stone tablet for you to tell them what they needed to do.
Very funny.
My husband is Scottish, and he's got a posh Scottish accent, not as exciting.
Oh, okay.
I actually, I used to work with a Scottish gentleman, and I used to always go tell him to speak English because I couldn't understand a word he used to say. He used to scream at me. He used to scream at me, say, "I am speaking the Queen's English." So,
well, you see, it depends where they come from in Scotland, because some of them actually have what we call, I can say it because I'm descended from Scottish as well, but my mum's father was Scottish, and they call it a thick accent. So there are some people that have a thick Scottish accent, which is a lot harder to understand than just which is probably more like the posh Scottish accent, I think.
Yeah, so I'm posh Australian.
Yeah, we can tell that. As posh as you can be living where you are. You need to move to Scotland. Yeah, well, there you go. Might resolve.
You just do everything you can to get rid of me, Graham.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. He wants to come on the podcast. Little does he know, he just needs to stalk us for 6 weeks, and he can come on. TWGS. Good morning, Granny Octo. Good to Twigs, is it?
Yeah, well, that's what I call it because it's too hard to say TWGS all the time, isn't it?
Oh, that's right. Well, it sounds like a radio station.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning. Sleepy Hollow's cool as 10. Yeah, I love Sleepy Hollow. Of all the places I enjoyed, Sleepy Hollow was probably the best. San Francisco, I went there probably about close to probably 10 years ago, and I really enjoyed that. When I went back, it was kind of trashy. I think that's probably in line with what it is now. Alcatraz, I went to Alcatraz. Instead of doing the tour around the island, Granny, I got distracted playing Pokemon Go and ended up in places where I wasn't supposed to be.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
I almost had to swim back because I almost missed the boat. Maybe there's a thing, the missing things, or getting PA announcements too.
Yeah, I think that's something maybe you need to put on your list for 2024. I must improve my time, time management skills.
Well, I'm using Shane to hold me accountable. He's not aware, but I'm doing a daily short. That's my 24 1 week resolution because it's only going to last a week. But
well, I think you've done pretty well because you said to me originally when you were doing it, you said 3 days, and you've done that. So that's pretty impressive. Yeah.
So I suppose a bit of a sneak peek for those in the chat. I am doing what Graham suggested yesterday, the DVD saga. As much as I hate DVDs, and I have picked up some. Some cult classics, I suppose you could say, from Vinny's. I did a bit of a reverse. I did a bit of magic of editing. I actually went to Vinny's first, not the other way around, like the
wow, that really
the
is
video. I was about to say I kind of think like one of those scammy YouTubers that aren't telling the truth. But so long story short, I'm going to send 2 DVDs the way that I do it. So basically, just a padded mailer with a couple of stamps on it, and also the Aussie flip away, which is you just chuck in a green envelope and hope for the best. So I can already tell you right now that I've skewed the system to favour my way. So the lady at the post office is going to jump on the green envelope. So.
Oh dear.
And I suppose for those in Australia, if you are a new reseller, go to your post office and pick up one of these.
Yes.
So they're free. Yeah. If you work, like if you've got a corporate post office, they'll be more inclined to give you one. But if you've got like a little independent one, they might give you a bit of kickback. But they are free. This is the size of your letter, right? So if you want to send a DVD or a video game, it needs to fit in this thing, and that's $2.40, I think. So 2 stamps, depending.
Yeah, pretty much any post office, even the Donald one has them.
Yeah, I don't have one.
No.
Yeah.
So I don't use it. I got it for a prop because it also I don't expect everyone to watch the shorts because they are unwatchable. But the one that I did yesterday with the post office, if you see the guy behind the counter slides across a pad of address labels. Yeah, if you don't have a Dymo machine, or you don't have one of those laser jet printers or the little label printers, grab a pack of those because they're a lot easier to write on. You just stick it on. It's only a sticky label.
Well, yeah, I got this because this is an old one because it's still got the small plus letter thing on it. But yeah, they gave me this one. But I did use it a lot when I was using those smaller envelopes for the books more than anything else, so I could see if that fit. Yeah.
So I don't use it. So generally speaking, if it's a DVD with just one DVD, you won't have any problems. It'll just go straight through.
Yes.
I'm going to let you know a little secret. I am going to advise against using the green tracked envelope because, like I was, corrected at the post office yesterday. Already knew anyway. They're only for documents. So if it does arrive damaged or arrive smashed up, you're not going to get any compensation. So it's really only for that. Only for the purpose of tracking an envelope. And like I said numerous times, if it's under $30, I'll just send it with a couple of stamps on it. And if it's over that, I'll just pay for the parcel post because I'm covered. So just be mindful of that. But long story short, that's how the series is going to play out. So I just saved you a minute and a half of shorts coming out.
And then you're gonna post in the group, you're gonna wonder why your video is not getting any views.
Well, that's right. Well, like I said, it's going. The line was almost vertical last night. It was great. I think I got like 3 views in an hour. Look at me go. I don't think you can compare Rikers Isle to the winter sunrise.
Yeah. That's what I said. I said Rikers Island. I think Leanne thought I said Rottnest Island. But, yeah.
I did.
Yeah. I think you're onto something. I think you're onto something, Dave. So when GG starts telling a story, you can flicker over to the reading channel. I might actually, if I'm quick enough, I'll actually be able to change the background to Granny reads.
Yeah, that's right. You would. Yeah, you could do that,
mate. Banter. Yeah,
no, that's okay.
Right.
Yeah. It probably does sound like a bit of a disease. And actually, here's some history for you. It comes from, so it is a Jewish name, but it,
All right. Anyway, get back to continue, Blake. I had an epiphany.
It won't be long. It comes from the old Jewish old way of saying it was it used to be written Gorfinus, not Gore penis, Gorfinus. So,
I was just about to say,
and then it got changed somewhere along the way to Gorfine. So there you go. Bit of a family history.
G'day, Mary.
Oh,
Good, Mary. Good to see you. I'm glad. Well, you've probably been in for about 4 hours by now. Blake telling you he's better. He's fine. He's fine. Something.
My stories are much quicker than Granny's.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, unlike Granny, you don't have a reading channel, so
couldn't think of anything worse than to sit down and read a book.
And you probably don't get lockjaw either when you're drinking alcoholic beverages.
Yeah, well, I don't think it was around in 1913, but yeah, maybe not. I think the strongest drink that I've ever had is a Long Island iced tea, and I had about 4 of them in one night, and I can't remember. I think I blacked out for about 3 weeks.
can't remember after having four of them. Yeah. Okay.
I do have some good drinking stories that will probably come in after Octo's After Dark stories. I can't tell them in the middle of the day. Alcatraz is an interesting place. It feels very creepy. Kind of like going to Donald, I suppose. It's in San Francisco Bay, so you have to be in San Francisco, and the Napa Valley wine region's right there. Yeah, so this lady that I was speaking to before, she went to Monterey, so I went and visited her when she was over there as well. So she was over there for a year doing some study. Thank God she wasn't driving in San Francisco, because it'd be like Dodgem cars. She'd be bumping into everything.
Which does remind me.
It's cool how those old places have a feel to them, isn't it? Like when I went to the asylum, that was creepy. Especially when she said that like 10 to 13,000 people died there over the 100 years it was open. I was like, oh my God, they only held 2,000 at a time. I was like, oh, that's creepy.
Yeah. So I was going to ask you, so did you do any do any footage while you were there? At
Me or Octo?
Yeah, at the Ararat Asylum.
I've been to the insane asylum.
I got heaps of photos. Yeah, got heaps of photos. The creepiest part was like the outlook over Ararat was the main room where they did all your electrotherapy stuff and lobotomies and stuff. So there's like where all the beds were, there's like cutouts in the ground in the concrete from where the beds were shaken. Yeah. That was quite unsettling, really, that whole thing. Yeah. But it was awesome. It was an awesome tour. I definitely recommend doing it.
Yeah. I can recommend it too. Yeah.
Yeah, so unlike Granny, you're allowed to go back, Blake. You haven't stolen half the furniture and the cutlery and everything else that's not bolted down.
True.
Apparently, you need to be in Scotland because then you can be awake for the podcast. Yeah. Well, it's just getting over his 16 bouts of COVID, Graham. Going well today, 50 minutes in, and we always talk about reselling. It's just that, different angles of reselling. So we're talking about the stuff that doesn't just... I don't know. Like, help me, Granny. Link my story. Pick it up. I've started it. You finish it.
Well, no, that's not true because 53 minutes. About 50 minutes in, we started talking about Postage.
And I showed a photo of some pants I sold. So there you go.
That's right.
That's right. And it just so happened to be the ones he was wearing. So hopefully he washes them before he sends them off.
Which look, all goes to show how unscripted this is because the conversation just goes wherever it takes us.
What's right. My family's from Scottish Port Patrick.
Scotland Port Patrick.
Oh, Scotland Port Patrick. Is Patrick a person or is that what it's called? So it's Port Patrick. Is that what it's doing? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Like I said, nearest on these eyes are painted on. So I think I'll just add dyslexia to the things that I've got as well, Granny. Large screen. You can fit 2 DVDs. Oh, okay.
That's in the cardboard one. That's the bigger size.
Oh, yep. One. Yeah, he did suggest that for extra protection, but the postmaster that I got chased out of the post office from said that realistically no one would approve any compensation claims for it because they'll just default to the line that it's for documents. So realistically, it's only for the tracking purposes. And if you're paying, and like we were saying with Nightmare Flippers, is that if you're spending $40 or $50 on a DVD, you probably send it as a parcel anyway. It's only a couple of dollars extra and it gives you that protection. So
absolutely.
Going to have to check our post office gives away the post gauge. Yeah. Like I said, that they. I'm not sure what it's like in the States, but the numerous things you can steal over there that's not bolted down. We have to pay for all our packaging supplies. We don't get free boxes and all these different things. So always quite envious of when the Commonwealth Picker's talking about picking up or ordering in supplies for free.
I know, drives you nuts. You just look at it and think, wow, how lucky are you?
Then I fall upon a Rockstar Flipper video that's convincing everyone's going to jail for committing mail fraud. I'm quite concerned about the US. It's either one way or another. You're either stealing postage supplies or you're going to jail for postage fraud. So
it's funny when they mention that in the Trash to Cash podcast. It's like, Rockstar's doing this and I don't want to watch his video. So if someone could tell me what he said, that'd be great.
I did.
He did do another one too, which was where people were buying like high-end stuff like Chanel or a handbag or something, and then actually like if it was wrecked and upcycling the parts of it. And then, but if people say it's okay to use it, but if they upcycle it or do anything different to it and still say it's, or make thongs out of it and put the clip on it, then you can go get done for that too. So
well, everyone's going to jail according to Rockstar Flipper. He's going to be the only person outside.
That's
of
what
jail.
I was thinking.
Right.
Like
like the amount of people going to jail or being sued and all those different things. We've got our own sort of Rockstar Flipper over here as well, but I just had to make sure that he wasn't in the chat before I said that. I've sent probably 2,000 DVDs, video games, and large tracked envelopes. Not a single damaged or large. Yeah, okay. So, like my statistics, I went through yesterday or the day before. Is for every 100, I probably lose 1 or 2. Like probably out of 300, there was like 3 lost. So so that's 1 per 100 on average. But in different blocks, it's really hard to explain. But long story short is that. What I save in refunding those packages is offset by the price. But like I said,
I was going to say, it'd be interesting to actually have figures, like to say, well, if you sent X amount of envelopes and out of those, you lose 2. I mean, the cost of postage is obviously about half, I'm going to say. Would it be?
Yeah.
2/3.
So Twig, So I assume that Twig's doing 2,000 DVDs, and my statistics are very similar, probably even a little bit more. So if you buy the green envelopes in bulk, the price does come down considerably. But like I said, I prefer using padded mailers because I kind of use it as an advertising vehicle as well, because I have custom packaging and custom labels and all those different things. And the loss rate or the scam rate, I suppose you could say, is virtually non-existent for me to worry about it. So
this podcast must be good luck. I just sold another shirt. Yay.
Oh, look at you go.
Well, there you go. That's right. Jeez, he's gonna be sitting there in his jocks in a minute, Granny, the way he's going. Spend 10 minutes to save us a minute and a half. Well, like I said to Graham, I'm a modern day saint.
I'll read that one for you. There you
go. I'm glad. See, there he is. He's awake now. Goodbye, Blake.
Where am I going?
You go to Scotland. We're catching up. Keep up.
Oh yeah, I'm going to Scotland.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah.
StreamYard always makes me laugh when people put in emojis in the group chat. It always looks like they're having a stroke.
Face green smiling, face smiling, face blue smiling.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Anesthetic octopus,
Anti-Semitic octopus.
Yeah.
I thought it said antiseptic at the first. I was like,
yeah, that's right. There's a lot of things I am. Just add that to the list.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Yes,
No.
Just kind of clear. I thought I'd say it myself before others said it.
I was about to say, I don't think he knows how his anatomy works if he wants a Scottish child with an Australian partner. So
yeah, exactly.
He did. Yes, he's loud and proud, but I don't know. we don't need a demonstration, Blake. I don't think the camera could. I don't think the camera could zoom in that far, mate. So I don't know.
Oh my God, Father! Now that the talk really is getting low now, isn't it?
Or Mary's having another stroke. She's off.
Got her eyebrows raised. Yeah.
Yes. Lucky Blake said quicker, not shorter. I can't remember that, but okay.
Get the best of both worlds. There.
Graham,
Blake-
I hate to tell you, that's actually the purpose. If you actually look on YouTube, there are lots and lots of ones that you can go. It's called Reading Aloud, and people get the videos to listen to so that they can listen to them while they're going to sleep.
Yes, but Blake falls asleep just saying good morning. We say good morning and he's passed out.
Good morning. Oh.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, episode 29 of the worst reselling podcast ever, and he's like, he's out.
It's because it's like, I've already been up for like 10 hours by the time.
10 hours. We record at 9 o'clock in the morning. He gets up at 5 a.m. Work out how long 10 hours is.
Okay, Octo. God.
Well,
Maybe I had a sleepless night.
Given that there is a unseen podcast where I did fall asleep listening to Octo talk. You've fallen asleep listening to Octo talk, so it's all his fault anyway.
All right.
What are you saying? Maybe I might be able to hypnotize people with my painting on the eyes.
Well, and Sandra always says she listens to your voice because it just sends her straight to sleep.
Or maybe I should start my own reading channel where I just rate people. Yeah,
maybe.
I was actually on the talk of channel memberships. I'll have to check out the large ones. I'm only going off the medium ones. They actually have a membership, a channel that I was watching before I started watching Shane's show this morning. That has a channel membership that berates you. You can part of your membership perks that berate you. So maybe I'm in the wrong business. Maybe I'll just berate people for them.
And there we go, Rob. Talking of voices that would do very well doing a reading thing, Rob has a very good voice for radio or reading.
Oh, as long as you haven't got a good face for radio.
Of those. It's a really smooth,
Well, Granny's getting a bit sloppy around just took an offer on a lady's top list.
Don't go any further with that.
I was going to say, I meant to say you're salivating, but it came out as something else. So I cut that off really quick.
That's shocking.
I ended up changing my photo again. I was using the white background, went to the grey and looked great, but I found books with the white have been selling not great. I've gone back to white. Okay.
Oh, interesting. How long did you try the grey for, though? That's the thing.
Okay. Well, have fun, Corin. We'll hopefully all the best with your retail nursing job. So it's good to see. We'll be back here next week. So we'll see you then.
Yeah, we'll see you.
Thank you, Mary. I love you all. Have an awesome morning. Thank you, Mary.
Woo!
Thank you, Mary.
Getting rich.
I know. Look at me go. Be able to look at upgrading the death. I'll be able to upgrade the death row with all my super chats at the moment.
Yeah, you don't need to get monetized through AdSense. You're making more than a monetized channel it does anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Bye, Mary.
Goodbye.
We love you, Mary.
I have 1791 lost in transit with 2 of those potentially scams. Yeah.
6 out of 1,791.
Yeah, like I said, it was 3 out of, and I kind of got a feeling that these were scams. I normally check, and I've said numerous times, if I get a gut feeling off a buyer, I'll actually go back and check them. And if I have to pay for the extra for postage or for tracking, I'll go down that path. But generally speaking, majority, 99% of people are decent.
6 out of 1,791 is pretty good, though.
Yeah, well, that's right. Like I said, that was over the Christmas. That was the Christmas period. I think it was about 2 weeks. That 300 untracked letters, and what did I say? 3 were gone, but that wasn't in blocks of 100. So I think it was 200 before I got the first one of those different things. And 2 of those letters were going to Western Australia, so there's a good chance that they they're probably in transit still. But my buddy has a YouTube channel where he reads on camera. It landed him a few audiobook jobs. Okay, and he barely has any subscribers. Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah. If you got a good reading voice, a lot of opportunities can come from that. Yeah. You should start up a thing on Fiverr, Granny, so you can actually get people to hire you to read stuff for them.
Oh, what is it called? Fiverr.
Yeah,
it's basically a freelancer website. Yeah, it's a freelance website. You can hire people. I've done it before for all different things with my gaming channel. They design my logo, and you got all sorts of people on there, and you can get people to
I'd ask
read.
my money back.
Thanks. My gaming channel logo, not this logo.
I know you created this one yourself.
Yeah, I know. How good.
Yeah, I did did that. You don't need to go on there.
But yeah, no, there's some good things there. You might, if you got a good reading voice, then.
Well, I don't know. Do I?
Yeah. I don't know. You haven't.
I guess we'll find out when I do the first. Yeah, when I do the first couple of books. Because I mean, obviously, I'll read in a slightly different style for like toddlers and preschoolers than I will for older kids, and then again the adults. They'll be different sort of styles, but yeah, it'll be fun.
No, it's good.
If you enjoy reading, it's good.
Australia Post loses approximately 1 in my 1,000 parcels. Wonder our figures are so different. Yeah, well, I've never had, with the exception of going to Brazil, I've never had any luck with sending mail to Brazil. Like,
neither have I. I've got them on my block list now.
And I've put them on my block list as well.
I've sent 3 parcels there and haven't had any problem.
Yeah, so I've had a good one. Like I said before, I don't normally put the HS code in there. I just if I'm sending Skylanders, I'll just write in the item description Skylanders and just But with Brazil, I've actually been putting the HS code in and still no luck.
Yeah, and I'm guessing perhaps that might be the difference too, because I've sent books, and obviously the people at the post office or the, where it gets sorted and whatever to be sent out when it gets there, don't like books.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, but like I said, that they always bounce back. Like they've never gone lost, I suppose. But yeah, like I had one from Canada return from not being collected from the post office the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was quite an expensive amiibo set that they bought. So that's good. They haven't reached out to me. So guess what? I've got another amiibo set. Yay! I'll put it back on eBay. Yeah.
Similar thing might happen with those shoes that happened the other day. I got a case raised against me, and it's at the post office. I had an awesome agent, though. She was fantastic. She's basically like, it's basically there, so we'll close case. Just sell it 2 days for it on there, but I was happy. But finally got a good one. I wish I had like a number where I could just contact her every time.
Go direct.
I wish that was an option. Yeah.
And I always find if it is waiting a collection at the post office, they'll just close it straight away.
Yeah. I think it'd be really nice. Like that's one thing with eBay. It'd be really nice to have allocated agents, wouldn't it?
Unless you get a bad one.
Yeah. Well, we don't get. Yeah, well, they probably will. Yeah, when you get to an obscenely high sell-through store or something like that, you probably do that. But we don't have any. We don't have Anchor Store support, or we don't have anything like that. Not that you'd probably get it from what we're looking at. So. Okay. Yeah. I'm kind of moving to the track method for the Octopus store, because I'm cleaning out everything that low cost items. That's one of my things I want to do this year. Before we record the podcast, we're going to talk a little bit about Flipping Ain't Easy's latest video. So he's done a video yesterday. It came out regarding promoted listings. I know it's a controversial topic. You might want to have a bit of a watch about it, because it's basically saying that eBay is not going to promote your items off-site unless you use the off-site ads. So have a bit of a watch of that, because that's what I want to have a little bit of a chat about in the podcast this week as well. So just a bit of background knowledge so you know what we're talking about, because I think the landscape's rapidly changing. Yeah. So.
Do you want to put the Flipping Ain't link in the chat?
Yep.
Blake, please.
Yep, I can do that.
Yeah. So have it.
I like the thumbnail on it. It's awesome. Yeah. There you go.
Sounds kinky. Yeah, well, it quite possibly is. Help anyone? It may have been 50 or so listings. Okay, is that for the grey background?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep. I just use Photo Room, and I think Photo Room defaults to not a clean white. It just used an off grey light. So.
I just don't want to do that extra step. Like the more time you can save.
I batch mine, right? So when I take Skylanders just for example, right? I take 7 photos of Skylanders.
You are shocking. You are shocking. Every time we bring this same topic up, like rather than just go and leave it be that that's how I do mine, and I say, I do that. I always say I do that because I don't want to take the extra step. Every single time you come straight, but I do this, I batch them, and to make it sound you're always better.
Well, I know it's not better, but what I'm saying is I hate wasted time. So by the time
Exactly.
I sit at my computer and all those different things. It's processing in the background, so it's already done by the time I get there. So,
But I don't have to do that processing in the background. I just put
Yeah, I
my
know.
photos straight into.
Do you use
Into
do you
the
use a phone,
listing.
or do you use a phone, or do you use your mobile?
I
Mac.
I take the photos on my phone, and then I
Mm.
load. I have a dual-ended flash
Carefully, you
disk.
finish the sentence.
She has one of these things.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that the
yeah,
sort of
that's
thing?
exactly right. Yeah.
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 Okay.
So it's got.
It's like
I
going to
don't use
your
mine.
phone.
So it's got.
I use-
It's got the iPhone Duva at one end.
Mm.
And this one actually has a C connector at the other end. And my computer's so old, I don't have a C connector. So I've just got a little adapter that goes on to make it a normal USB. So you just plug that into your phone, load the photos onto this, and then plug it into the computer. And then I don't even put them on the computer. I do afterwards to keep them for a bit, but then I just load them straight into the listing from this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, because I use AirDrop.
Yeah. See, if you
Oh,
don't have
yeah, this
AirDrop,
one.
you can use something called PairDrop, which is what I use, and it's a pairdrop.com or .net or whatever, and you can just go on the website on your phone and on your computer, and you just select which ones you want to transfer, and it's basically instant. And it's straight on your computer.
Okay.
So I use that.
See, that's
which
another
works
step that
good
I don't
too.
have to do.
Yeah. See, look,
Yeah. Well, it's basically it's
Don't cross
Similar.
it, Blake. She'll have a go at you.
No. Yeah, I used my double-ended thing and I didn't like it, but as long as it works.
I don't. Oh, I mean, look, the other thing with this, I find that's good is that when it transfers them over, because you can specify what file type and everything you want it to be in, because there's an app on the phone, right? So I've got it set to send them over in certain resolution JPEGs, and then also I've got it set so that once they're loaded onto this off the phone, it will delete. I press a button and it will delete them off my phone. So my phone's not always loaded up with heaps of eBay photographs, which is good.
Yeah, I need to do that. I'll have to look into my beloved photo room because Granny, she'll have an affiliate code for that next
not
week.
that,
I can
it's
guarantee you.
just, I'm fine if that's what you choose to do, but everyone should be allowed to do it how they feel, what works
That's right.
for them.
Yeah.
Instead of you cutting me off all the time and making out your way's better. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying how I do it. I can't help
Well, you
myself.
shouldn't cut me off all the time.
I like photo room as well.
Oh.
Not saying it's better. I'm just saying what I do. So because my way's better.
Yeah, no,
that's fine.
because I was going to say I have seen Leanne's photos and they're fantastic. But like I said, I like the uniformity. I think from my perspective. So because I use different backgrounds at different settings and stuff like that. But she uses just
and that's
a
the
flat
thing
board.
with the carpet. Yeah, with the carpet backdrop, it's the same background every time. So yeah.
I've done both, so I am impartial. I don't have an opinion. Yes.
Audio book jobs, the professional ones, you have to get a SAG membership. Okay.
Okay. Interesting.
I sold a DVD and woman. Did you sell a DVD and a woman or to a woman?
Yeah. How much was the woman? Did it cost very much?
I suppose it depends where you got it from. Only 5 feedback. Same with green envelope. 5 days it was delivered. She opened a refund for item not received. Yeah, and like I said, it really goes off my gut feeling that I'm happy to take a loss, depending on, I suppose, the situation. It's kind of those, like Granny was saying, is that just because someone tells you their way doesn't necessarily mean it's the best way. So. Like with those shorts, like with the shorts, though, like I favour, the stamp method, but that doesn't mean, I'm going to dictate to you that you have to use the stamp method. So,
true.
Yes,
I will say that this is more or less like this is as close to doing text method as you can get without using a camera, like because he does use a camera. So
it looks like a little mini blowtorch.
Just that I've mentioned that. Just that I mentioned that.
It looks like a little blowtorch.
Like
Your Swiss Army knife of photo taking.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you need to do, Granny, is go into AliExpress and fashion one that you can use for your computer and just sell them.
Just quickly, speaking about saving time, I literally made like 2 tiny changes, which you two know about. I got a little side table off the side of Marketplace, and I basically moved that right next to my photo station. And I timed myself, and I was able to take 15 items worth of photos in the time that it would usually take me to do about 11 or 12. So it's
Excellent.
in the same time I was
Yeah.
able to get an extra 3 done, which doesn't sound like much, but over the course of, if I do 30 listings or so, that's an extra 6 items that, saves a lot of time.
And what's
Little
that?
things
I mean, and you look
go
at
a
that
long way.
over a week, how much difference that
A lot.
Yeah.
It goes a long way for sure. So, yeah, little
Do
things.
you remember the $4.95 a minute psychic hotlines that Dave was talking about here, Granny?
I do. Yes, there weren't just psychic ones either, just by the
way. Pre-owned clothing going to Peru and Australia Post policy said I can't send it pre-owned clothing. It goes against the law. Cancel the sale.
Oh.
Yeah.
To Peru. Okay, interesting.
Yeah. I know there's some laws in the European Union regarding clothing, and it has to be legitimate. You can't sell second, bootleg clothing to the European Union. So
yeah.
So that's flipping out Easy's channel. If you haven't heard about him,
go over and check that out if you want to check out that video before we do the podcast. The
podcast, yeah. So it's only going to be like a light touch on it, but yeah, I do think it's something to be aware of this year. You can invert those stats for Sendle. You don't have Sendle, do you, Granny? They don't send out courier pigeons to where you are.
No. I didn't mind.
Yeah,
I used to use it for.
Well, yes and no, but yeah.
So look,
Bendigo's the closest, which is an hour and a half away to get to the depot.
Why can't you just drop them off from there? But yeah, like where I am, and I've said numerous times before, is that Sendle is atrocious where I am. I've actually had couriers banned from my account for Sendle because they didn't pick up a parcel for 3 weeks. And eBay keeps saying to me, "Where is it?" Because when, a couple of years ago, eBay was pushing Sendle quite hard, and harder than they are now. And they refused to pick it up because it wasn't on. It wasn't on their. Like they almost had like an off week. They didn't go to that suburb until once a fortnight or something.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let me drop it off at depot because I selected pickup. So that was just ludicrous. I think someone lives in Las Vegas was trying to scam my son out of $1,500 putter. He keeps sending a message saying they never received the parcel. Open a claim. Lucky I used my post account. Yeah.
I think you've told us that story before too.
Yeah, it's just something you need to be very, and it's just part and parcel of the job. It's one of those things that happen. It's no one's I suppose excluded from it. So well, certainly went from collect, and that's a common scam. I think people were talking about as well, is that they claim it as not item not received. Then they'll get their money back and they'll go pick it up. So
that's what happened with those shoes that I was talking about. But I got that agent that was able to shut the case. So.
Oh, well, yeah, you're not welcome at Grumpy Granny's channel anymore, Chris.
Well, look, actually, look at that. When you're looking at that written there, I'm a photo room fan. That looks dirtier than talking about double enders, doesn't it? Like when you're looking at it on the screen, like photo room fan sounds a bit like a after hours job.
That's my side hustle.
For $4.95 a minute. Get off the fence, Blake. Blake was here for the fence. That's what we brought him on for. Was your 5 feedback woman in Queensland? Okay. At least you could work out what you're saying. Western Australia, she lost the case. I had the tracking as well. Just kidding. I think we're done for another week. It's an hour and 20 minutes. That went really quick. Yeah,
that went really quick. Yeah. Goes a lot quicker when you're not falling asleep. I can tell you that much.
Oh no, that's right.
Need to have a pre-live nap every week, I think.
It's a lot easier to control the conversation when I'm not having to try to work out ways to wake you up as well.
Yeah. So how is the lack of coffee going?
Yeah, it's good actually. Yeah.
How did day 3 of not having no coffee go?
Yeah. It was a bit rough. Yeah, it wasn't that bad, but I didn't get the really bad headaches like everyone says they get and that kind of thing. I was just really tired, I think. Yeah. But that was also probably mixed with completely flipping my whole sleep schedule. Yes. But overall, everything's been fantastic. Yeah. So
and I guess depends on how much coffee you used to drink beforehand too, I guess.
Yeah, about 5 cups a day.
Yeah.
So going from that and just cold turkey shutting it off. So but no, that along with a lot of other things of my health, I feel a lot better with everything.
Oh, that's good.
To be honest, I feel absolutely
Yeah.
fantastic, and the scale keeps dropping, so I'm happy with that too. So
That's great. That's really good. So yeah, I need to really do something about my Pepsi Max addiction because I'm not, and I'm not going to say how many cans of that I drink a day. But yeah, yeah, that's bad.
I need a straw. I need a straw.
yeah, I've been
I have
just
actually gotten off
water.
it a couple of times in my life before, but then I tend to always go back to it. But yeah, I probably just need to do something about it.
Yeah,
I'm not a big sweet
drink
tooth, so I don't have that issue.
Yeah, Pepsi Max is my vice. That I favour savoury things, but bit
So do I.
of dry seaweed and all those different things. But yeah, Pepsi Max is my vice. And like Granny, I need to cut it back because I drink obscene amounts of that as well.
Yeah,
it's actually it's starting to turn me orange. It's starting to turn me orange.
We'll do a comparison after we go off. From being live.
I can guarantee you, I beat you.
I don't know about that.
I need to crack on with lots of washing today, as well as taking down the Christmas decorations. Yeah,
no, you can't take down the tree. Don't take down the tree. It's bad luck.
Yeah, Mrs. Octopus
can't take down your tree until the 6th.
Really? We took ours down on the 26th or 27th.
No, bad luck.
Lisa likes to keep it up, and I'm like, get that bloody tree out of Christmas over.
Yeah. Yes, I know. Yeah, it's the aspartame and the other additives. I can't pronounce them. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Spider-Man. I think Blake this year will be probably visited by 3 ghosts on Christmas Eve. I'll probably put myself in the Donald Trump camp then, by the sounds of it.
I used to love Solo, but yeah, I've stopped drinking that too.
Yeah, but see, that's a different beast, isn't it? Because that's actually got sugar in it. It's not an artificial sweetener. Yeah.
I only used to have 2 or 3 a day, but when I first started packing on a bit of weight, like the last time before I lost a lot of weight. I used to drink probably, I don't know, nearly 8 a day, probably.
Yeah.
Which was pretty bad, but yeah.
But next week on the Soda Central, we're going to take over. We're going to take over Shane's channel. We're actually he's in Soda City. He's in Soda City. We're just talking about Soda City.
Exactly.
So when I like I said that trip where I almost missed 16 flights just because I was fighting with Starbucks. I was off Pepsi Max. I was off all soft drinks before I went over because I was having a caffeine hiatus. Got to America and I thought, I don't want to drink caffeine, but I just want to have a soft drink and all those different things. So I got hooked on Mountain Dew, and I don't know if you've seen Mountain Dew. It's got 16 times the amount of caffeine or something stupid than Pepsi Max, and sugar coming out. I think there's more sugar in the can than anything else.
And it's got more. The one over in America apparently has got more of everything in it caffeine, than our version. Yeah.
I was wondering why I couldn't sleep for 4 days.
Why?
It was good when I went to Disney World, though. It was good. Look, Shane's bring it on. Yeah, there we go. We'll have to still his background as well. But anyway, we'll say goodbye for another week. Oh, hang on. Liz said that she knew someone that drank Pepsi Max all day after years they had issues with their skin on their hands. Is it because they had skin on their hands, or is it other issues? I'm assuming from the salt. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
anyway,
also,
I've had enough of you all.
Just to Liz, I see you became a member of my channel recently. I don't know when that was, but thank you. I appreciate that.
Liz,
just so that I can
don't
give
you
you a
try and
personalized
move into my. Don't move out. Don't try and move into my shout out. They're mine.
You get the same as everyone else. It's fine. I'll have to go and edit next week's couple videos now and put a name at the bottom.
We don't have Coke Zero over here anymore.
Yeah, no.
Coke, no sugar. Yeah, so we used to, I used to drink Coke Zero before Pepsi Max, and they gave it the bin, and we've got no sugar.
Yeah, I hate Coke and I hate Pepsi, so I don't like any of it. It's not like the taste.
Yeah, well, I've never had a cup of coffee in my life.
Really? Oh,
babysitting.
Naughty.
Can't stand the smell of it.
Yeah, I was like that. I can't drink beer.
Yeah, that's right. Go and do some parenting. Yes,
that's right. Yeah, so I'm not a beer drinker for the same reason. I can't stand the smell of it.
Really? Yeah, I drink beer. I did drink beer. Yeah. Yeah, I had a completely dry New Year's Eve, which was very boring.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Not as boring as mine. I had to have a sparkler and I set myself on fire.
Yeah, and he didn't have a long enough straw to actually be able to have a drink on.
That's right. That's
the
exactly
live,
right.
yeah.
Granny was getting sloshed with Sarah, and I had to sit there and wait for my sparkler to burn out after 18 minutes.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's enough for us for another week. But thank you very much for coming by, and thank you again to Rob for signing up for the membership, and for Mary for a super chat. Thank you again, Shane, for popping in and let me know about that Opus. Whatever the second word is, I can't remember. What was it, Granny? Opus. Opus Clip.
It's on Opus Pro, but is the website, but it's Opus Clip is the software.
Yeah, so I will be using it for probably the titles of the videos because they're quite snazzy. So anyway, we'll see you again next week. Tk you very much. Bye.
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 My mouse won't let me push the button. Bye. We're still here. Oh,
okay.
I need to charge my mouse.
Hello, welcome.